Hey guys, we're going to be in Matthew chapter 25, verse 41. Matthew chapter 25, verse 41. It says this: Then shall he say also unto them on the left hand, Depart from me, ye cursed, into everlasting fire, prepare for the devil and his angels. My goodness gracious, what a sobering thought that there will be a judgment one day. And that's one thing. This is, this statement isn't coming from, some fiery preacher who's preaching fire and brimstone. This is, which is perfectly fine if a preacher is preaching that. But this is coming from Jesus himself. And he's saying there's going to be a day of judgment. And the first part of that is how in the world, how sad, how tragic it is to think of the phrase, depart from me. Depart from me, to think that you'd have to be eternally away from God. When we spend our lives, when we're unbelievers, we spend our lives saying, I don't want anything to do with God. I'm not going to follow that stuff. I don't believe all that stuff. I don't want, but it really basically comes down to not wanting authority over our lives. And to think that there are going to be people there who, that God simply says, I don't even know you. I don't even know you. Just get, and he cast them into hell as a result of that, because he does not know them, because they did not care about the things of God, because they were not born again. He cast them into hell. And it's not exaggeration. It's not some emotional thing. It's not a temporary discomfort. It's not anything. This is eternal punishment that they will be going to. And we have to be diligent about telling people about this, because the same Bible that teaches about heaven teaches about hell. And it does in such a way to try to tell people, listen, God is doing everything within his, with drawing us as much as he possibly can to him, and then for that rejection to be, eternal at some point, where God finally says, listen, you had all this opportunity. And that's why it's so important for us as Christians to get this message out to as many people as possible. Because if you don't know Christ, you don't know it, period. And it should be our job, not only our job, but our joy to get this out and to tell people, and to just frantically at times, just tell people, listen, you do not want this. You want to come to Christ, and you want to believe on Christ. It's so very important. There's an eternal judgment, guys. There's a reality of that. And there's the sadness of God saying, depart from me, because this is forever. It's not for a short period of time. It is forever. And but there's the reality of eternal judgment. We have to be ready to tell people that is an eternal thing. But then we have to also remember this. We're reading this verse, and it says, depart from me, you're cursed into everlasting life, prepared for the devil and his angels. It was not, God has that first plan. Of course, Jesus is his, the plan the whole time, because he knew people would fail. But he created hell. It says that for the devil and his angels. He created hell for the devil and his angels. One day they would suffer eternally. But now, because of the rejection of his creation, there would be souls in hell. And this is going to be punishment. It's going to be painful. It's going to be the whole image of fire. Obviously, it's going to be suffering and eternal suffering. And folks, he does not want that for us. He wants us to turn to him. He wants the unbeliever to turn to him. He wants he wants his own people, of course, to turn to him. We are born again and saved, and we'll be in heaven with reward and losses, according to how we lived. But these unbelievers, listen to me now, these unbelievers will one day have to hear, depart from me. And a lot of those unbelievers are loved ones, people that we love dearly, that we should have told about the gospel, that we should have, strongly helped and strongly, told the gospel, and strongly drug them if we had to listen to the gospel, so that their rejection was over our beaten and battered bodies, that they only rejected God because we had given everything that we possibly could have. Love you guys. Bye-bye.